Welcome to Daily Stoic, where you will explore the timeless philosophies of Stoic sages, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, helping you find inner peace and strength in modern life. Here we bring you valuable lessons on how to live a virtuous life, face adversity, and seek lasting happiness. If you're looking to learn and apply Stoic philosophy to your daily life, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video. Join us on this journey of ancient wisdom to live stronger and freer every day. If you hear that someone has spoken ill of you, resist the urge to defend yourself or offer explanations. Instead, consider saying, "He must be unaware of my other flaws," or "Surely he would have included them too." This response reflects a deeper understanding that true freedom belongs to those who are educated in the ways of wisdom. Life is less about the events that unfold and more about the way we choose to interpret and respond to them. Remember, nature has given us 2 ears and only 1 mouth, urging us to listen more than we speak. True wealth is not found in the accumulation of material possessions, but in mastering the art of contentment with little. Ultimately, it is not external events that unsettle us, but the interpretations we assign to them. Begin by envisioning the person you aspire to be. Hold that vision firmly in your mind. Then take deliberate steps toward becoming that person. Your actions should align with this inner blueprint, guiding you toward your true self. Understand that the path to happiness is singular and clear. It lies in relinquishing your concern for matters that escape your control. Worrying about what you cannot change is a futile endeavor that only drains your energy and distracts you from what truly matters. If you are committed to self-improvement, accept that others may misunderstand you, even think you foolish or naive. True growth often requires shedding the need for external validation. Remember, freedom is the birthright of those who have mastered themselves. No one can be free if they are a slave to their own impulses and desires. Wisdom lies in cultivating gratitude for what you have, rather than lamenting what you lack. Our greatest torment does not come from actual problems, but from the imagined fears we conjure around them. To maintain your peace and progress, surround yourself with those who inspire and elevate you. The people you associate with should challenge you to become your best self, not drag you into the mire of negativity. Life's events are not as important as your response to them. This is where your true power lies. The person who can laugh at their own missteps will never be short of joy. Beware of the influence of others. Their fears and anxieties can easily become your own if you are not vigilant. Freedom, in its truest sense, is the only goal worth pursuing. It is attained by focusing solely on what you can control and letting go of everything else. The circumstances you face do not define you. They merely reveal your true character. How you respond to them will determine whether you rise or fall. A man who believes he already possesses knowledge is blind to the possibility of learning. His mind is closed to new insights. It is not the events themselves that disturb us, but the interpretations we impose upon them. Blaming others for our own misfortunes reveals a mind still in the shadows of ignorance. When we begin to hold ourselves accountable, our journey of true education has started. However, when we reach a state where we no longer blame ourselves or others, we have achieved a higher level of understanding, a completeness in our education. You are but a small soul encased in a fragile body. To those who think they can harm me, I would say, you do not know who I truly am, nor do you understand my thoughts. You cannot even touch what is truly mine, my inner self. Before you speak, ensure that you have grasped the meaning of your words. Align yourself with what is spiritually superior, indifferent to the judgments or actions of others. Stay true to your highest aspirations, regardless of the chaos around you. The greater the challenge, the more profound the honor in overcoming it. Just as masterful sailors earn their reputations by navigating through the fiercest storms, so too do we gain our strength and wisdom through the trials we face. True freedom is an elusive prize, attainable only by those who have achieved mastery over themselves. It is not external chains that bind us, but the internal turmoil of ungoverned desires and unchecked emotions. The truly wise do not waste time mourning what they lack. Instead, they find joy in the abundance of what they already possess. The good you seek is not in the world outside, but within your own soul. Look inward, not outward, for the source of virtue and contentment. Strive not to appear wise in the eyes of others, for the pursuit of such vanity leads only to emptiness. Rather, align yourself with the flow of life, not wishing for events to bend to your will, but embracing them as they unfold. This acceptance brings peace, for it is not the circumstances that trouble us, but our resistance to them. Just as a ship should not depend on a single anchor, so too should life not be anchored on a single hope or aspiration. Begin by understanding who you are at your core, and then let your actions and choices reflect that understanding. If you wish to be a reader, immerse yourself in books. If a writer, let your words flow onto the page. Life's events are not random. They arrive as if by appointment, each one a lesson or challenge meant to shape your journey. When asked what defines a rich man, Epictetus wisely responded that true wealth lies in contentment. It is not the accumulation of material goods that brings richness, but the ability to be satisfied with what one has. The nature of good and evil, and whether they are within the power of the divine, is a mystery we may ponder. But the key to tranquility lies in our thoughts. We are not disturbed by what happens, but by our perceptions of what happens. Control your thoughts, and you will control your life. Are you not aware that a person of true virtue acts not for the sake of appearances, but because it is simply the right thing to do? The good man seeks no audience for his deeds, for his satisfaction comes from the integrity of his actions, not from the praise of others. It is far better to face the harshest of conditions, even to the point of hunger, with a clear conscience and an untroubled heart, than to live in luxury while burdened by fear and sorrow. The small-minded, quick to shirk responsibility, cast blame upon others. Those of middling understanding turn that blame inward upon themselves. Yet the truly wise understand that blame, in all its forms, is a futile exercise. It is an evasion, a distraction from the deeper truth that life's challenges are best met with acceptance and resilience. Thus, if given the choice, I would choose a life brief yet rich in nobility over one prolonged but lacking in purpose and honor. Greatness is not a thing that springs forth overnight. It is a gradual unfolding, like the patient work of a craftsman honing his skill. We do not fear the events of life themselves, but our perceptions and judgments of those events. And when someone speaks ill of you, there is no need to defend yourself against their words. Instead, with a touch of irony, you might respond, "Ah, if only you knew the full extent of my flaws, you would surely have much more to say." This is the wisdom of understanding that others' opinions have no bearing on your true self. When adversity strikes, resist the impulse to bemoan your fate. Instead, look inward and ask yourself what inner strength you possess to transform this challenge into something useful. Your physical freedom may be constrained, yet even the mightiest forces cannot touch your will, your power to choose how you respond. It is through hardship that the true nature of a person is revealed. Great achievements, like the ripening of fruit, do not happen in an instant. If you desire a fig, understand that it requires time to bloom, to bear fruit, and to finally ripen. In the same way, your growth demands patience and perseverance. Keep the realities of life, death, exile, loss, ever present in your mind, especially death. By doing so, you will find yourself liberated from base desires and petty fears. You will cease to crave more than what is necessary and avoid falling into despair. When Epictetus was asked how one might inflict pain upon an enemy, he wisely replied, "By preparing himself to live the best life possible." Indeed, it is not the state of things that troubles us, but the interpretations we impose upon them. Do not isolate yourself by adhering only to your own narrow rules. Instead, strive to live in harmony with the natural order, for therein lies true wisdom and peace. The true essence of philosophy lies in crafting a life where one's happiness is as independent as possible from the whims of external circumstances. Picture for yourself a character of timeless virtue, an immortal exemplar whose qualities you aspire to embody both in the solitude of your private moments and in the public eye. To truly benefit from the wisdom of philosophers, one must cultivate the art of deep and patient listening, for their teachings are not easily absorbed without practice. If you seek to overcome anger, do not fuel it with indulgence. Instead, remind yourself of your progress. Once I was angry every day, then every other day, and now only once in a great while. Celebrate this advancement with gratitude, as if offering a sacrifice to the gods for guiding you closer to tranquility. Should you desire personal growth, be willing to embrace the appearance of foolishness and ignorance, for true improvement often requires shedding the facade of knowing. When it comes to the external world, do not crave recognition or the appearance of knowledge. Even if others hold you in high esteem, remain skeptical of yourself, for it is a rare skill to balance the pursuit of external achievements with the preservation of your inner alignment with nature. In focusing too much on one, you inevitably neglect the other. Remember, anyone who has the power to provoke anger within you gains control over you. They can only do so if you allow yourself to be disturbed by their actions. True mastery lies in maintaining your equanimity, no matter what external forces attempt to sway you. When you hear that someone has spoken poorly of you, resist the urge to defend yourself or offer excuses. Instead, respond with a touch of humility and insight. He must not be fully informed of my flaws, or he would have had much more to say. This response reflects the understanding that true freedom is the domain of the educated, those who have learned to master themselves and rise above the judgments of others. What truly matters in life is not the events that befall us, but the way we choose to respond to them. Life has granted us 2 ears and only 1 mouth, a subtle reminder to listen more than we speak. True wealth is not measured by the abundance of possessions, but by the simplicity of one's desires. The disturbances we face are not rooted in external things, but in the interpretations and views we impose on them. Begin by deciding who you wish to become, and let your actions align with that vision. There is but one path to genuine happiness. Let go of concerns about what lies beyond your control. If your goal is self-improvement, be willing to endure the misunderstanding of others, even if they think you foolish or naive. Freedom is not bestowed upon those who are enslaved by their own passions and desires. It belongs to those who have mastered themselves. The truly wise man does not waste time lamenting what he lacks, but instead finds joy in what he already possesses. This is the secret to a life well lived, where the mind remains untroubled and the spirit content, no matter the external circumstances.